Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel GH247 News. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are around the globe, especially you that is in the diaspora, this is your channel. Like it, share the video, and hey, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And if you're on the African continent, especially you're in Ghana, listen, guys, I'm all for you. I am all for you. Latest news updates from Ghana in the political world. Can we get started? Ladies and gentlemen, well, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has been ranked 5th most powerful people, 5th most powerful man on earth. Yes, President Mahama ranked 5th on Devex list of 50 most powerful people in the world. JM Tuaso. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you see, when we are saying it as Ghanaians, some of our own people, Ghanaians, who are on the other side of the aisle, they thought it's AI, or they thought we are trying to fake that this man is performing. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's second coming in this new administration under his leadership, ladies and gentlemen, he is changing not just Ghana, but the world. He is affecting the world. For him to be ranked 5th on the top 50 most influential men in the world, he is the number 5th on the league. You think it's easy? He came in, he campaigned on an agenda that is resetting agenda. And he's not just resetting Ghana, but he's resetting Africa. And by large, the world. His influence is gone beyond Ghana, beyond Africa, and is affecting the world. Ladies and gentlemen, even as we speak, he is in Saudi Arabia, speaking in another international conference. UAE, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has come to make the difference. You see, dumb people who are dumb, are asking, let me not use that word, why the most sensible and God-gifted president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is on that list of the Power 50 for 2026 ranking. They are asking. Listen, that's why I started by saying they are dumb. This is the reason why he was rated 5th on the list. You see, Devex is a platform for a global development community. Yes, it is a platform for global development community. And why President Mahama is on the list, I want to let you know. President Mahama has emerged as a leading voice pushing for a new deal for African development, shaping debates on debt relief, trade reform, and climate finance, arguing that Africa must renegotiate its place in a global economic order rather than simply adapt to declining aid. Policymakers and global health experts in the Ghanaian capital, Accra, he held a conference late last year on that, where they launched a new vision toward African health sovereignty, rooted in national ownership and more equitable global cooperation. They then reconvened during the UN General Assembly last September, yes, to expand the framework beyond health to development more broadly, and to move beyond the African continent to serve a global agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, they've dubbed it Accra Reset. Accra Reset, for world leaders to dub a conference Accra Reset, even at UN. An effort to declare an end to the era of development as usual and to push for a creation of a new governance, business and financing models in response to the US aid and the US aid cuts. President Mahama has served as the leading hand on advocates on this new vision. with a former Nigerian president, Olusegun Obasanjo, as a strong voice assisting him. Ladies and gentlemen, just a few of the reasons why he's been nominated or listed as the 5th most powerful man on earth out of 50. That is how President Mahama emerged. Ladies and gentlemen, then you tell me Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, if he's to stand for an election today to compete with the 5th most powerful man on earth, as it is right now, you think the so-called economic wizard that ran away from economic issues to become a IT specialist, where he has never operated, he has never on and off computer before? Ladies and gentlemen, well, it's good he has won once again to lead the New Patriotic Party into the next election. It's good, fair deal. Yes, 56%, is it 56% he won, right? Of the MPP members, not 70%, not 80%. One would have expected that he competed last, 2023, and he got about over 60%, right? One would have expected that that 60% would have increased to 70-75%. One would have expected that he would have won massively, the majority of NPP members on his side. Right now, he dropped to close to half. That means that almost half of NPP members, almost half of his own party folks are not in support of him. And you think the general, we Ghanaians will be naive enough to elect him in the next election to become our president? Listen, no matter who NDC brings forth, no matter who NDC puts forward in the next election, we'll win Bawumia hands down. I am saying it here, right here, and let's begin to bookmark it. This video, skip it, and remind me in 2028, December 7th, 2028. December 7th, 2029, we will see who will be sworn in as the next president. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, when they say Ato Twaso, Ato forcing is forcing. The economy right now is rebounding. From junk status, we are beginning to get back to B+. Ladies and gentlemen, Ato forcing is forcing. How much the fuel price is right now? What was the fuel price then? You hear them say, the economy began to rebound before NDC came to power. In 2017, Ghana had election in 2016. At the time that things were beginning to turn around with the economy, at the time that the doomsaw was solved in 2016, during the heat of the election, President Mahama had already solved the doomsaw. When NPP came to power, they only came to stabilize it somehow. But they claimed they were the one that solved doomsaw. When NDC was leaving power, President Mahama was leaving power in 2026, it was predicted by IMF that Ghana's growth in 2027, Ghana will grow faster because of the foundations laid by President Mahama in 2026. It was predicted that the economy Ghana's economy will boom in 2017 because of the foundations in 2016. But they claim it was their tenure 2017 that the economy boomed. Today, the economy was in junk status when President Mahama took over in 2024 December, right? He was sworn in 2025 January 7th, right? The status of the economy was in junk state. Within a space of 1 year, we are beginning to see boom. The economy was beginning to rise again. All the credit rating agencies are beginning to rate the economy again high. And the same people are coming up to tell us that it was their foundation that they laid. What about the foundation President Mahama laid in 2016 before you guys took over? That does not make sense. By the way, what foundations did you guys lay? Is it an e-levy? Is it a betting tax? Is it a COVID tax? Tell me, why will Ghana be taxing its people in 2025? for COVID that ended in 2021 or 2020. So the COVID that ended globally in 2020, 2021, Ghana government continued to tax its people until 2025. Later part, finally this new government repealed that law and took away the COVID tax or COVID levy. It is only in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, they now said they have elected the same economic Baulaya, who under his leadership were declared junk status that he is the one coming back to rescue Ghanaians, to rescue us from, to take us from the enjoyment we are enjoying right now back to junk status. Have you forgotten the DDEP? We ain't stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Listen, yesterday I brought you guys a video and I brought up some 4 gentlemen, right? Yes. Listen, Atofosin, as you are seeing him there, if he stands, none of you guys, Baumia, whoever you even attached to yourself, you can imagine President Atofosin, President Asiedu Nketia, President Haruna Idrisu, President Okujeto Ablakwa, the foreign minister now, very soon. Yes, President Julius Debra. I didn't add Julius Debra yesterday. I brought up only 4 of them, right? Yes, we have the men. We have the men that want to transfer this nation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude here. Look at this guy on the screen. This guy appears to be deliberately pushing boundaries in the hope of being arrested, knowing that such an outcome would boost his notoriety and elevate his status among political foot soldiers. That is all he's trying to achieve. And let me plead with the national security and the police, do not arrest this guy. We will not help to elevate him. We will not. General Buhari, he is hiding under a fake name. I want to know his original name. General Buhari, I want to know your original name. My name is Eric Selom Kwekutosu. I'm a Voltarian. A man for that matter. And I want to know your original name, General Buhari. And I'm pleading with the security agencies not to arrest this guy. He wants to hide himself and appear. He actually appeared deliberately pushing fake agenda. How on earth will you just say this? John Mahama blows over 20 billion old currency on a private jet for his travel to UAE today. 20 old currency, 20 billion. Why won't you pronounce this figure in current amount? Why are you deliberately using the old currency number, bill, to project this? In the first place, this is a lie. This guy deserves to be arrested, but I don't want him to be arrested. We will not help to elevate him. As cocoa farmers cry over their non-payment of cocoa cash since November 2025, President Mahama rent a private jet, ACJ 220, which costs Ghana 1.5 billion old currency every hour. And from Accra to UAE 7 hours, meaning Ghana will be paying over 10 billion cedis for his journey there, and will be another over 10 billion cedis for his return. This is happening at the time that Ghana's presidential jet has been declared as fit for international travels by the French authorities. To be honest, this guy is supposed to be arrested for spreading false news, fake news. But I'm advising that please do not arrest him. Let us not help to elevate him. First and foremost, President Mahama did not rent a private jet, talk less of Ghanaian taxpayers' money. That he was invited as a special guest of honor for the current conference that is ongoing in UAE. A special jet was sent by the Arabs. A special jet, private jet, was sent Yes, by the Arabs to Accra to airlift our president to UAE for the event. And after the event, the president is expected to fly directly to Zambia for another activity, another event. And the same flight will be taking him there. The flight will wait, the special jet will wait for him and convey him back to Accra at the expense of the authorities of UAE. Why is this guy deliberately spreading all this fake and fake news? General Buhari, I said I want to know your original name. But I am on the view and I'm advising, I'm pleading with the security agencies not to touch, because we will not help to elevate you. You are, you know what? You are what? And you are an ant. Just that we can just pick up like this and smash and mash you with our fingers. An ant that I can just pick up like this and mash you with my finger. So you don't deserve government resources to be wasted on. Ladies and gentlemen, Eyezu, Eyeza, Eyezu, Emefa, Miang, Emefa, Miang, Emefa, Miang, Miang, Miang. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys all in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.